Hello, this is Brian. Today is Wednesday, January 29th, 2025, and I'm here at the end of Monte Road. Right before we get into, I believe that's El Capitan Reservoir property over there. But we're at the end here, just checking out the scenery, see what cool things I can find or locate while poking around here for a little bit. This is a very beautiful area. Lots of scenic rural houses along the way here. This is all part of the San Diego River down here. So this is going to be a shorter video today. This is going to be a short one. I did a hike over by the historic Flume Trail earlier today. This one's just going to be me poking around for a little while along here, the San Diego River. These beautiful hillsides above us. There's something. Here's a massive laurel sumac. Look how huge this is. This is Melosma laurina. This is a humongous laurel sumac. There are quite a few very big ones along El Monte Road coming up here. One of the big attractions of why I want to come down here is get a much closer look at that. That is the south cliff face of El Cajon Mountain. Some people call it El Capitan. That's the south cliff face of El Cajon Mountain. Kind of wanted to get a good look at that. I know people climb up that to get up to El Cajon Mountain. Sometimes they just climb up to the top of that, which ends at about 2,900 feet. And some people would go all the way up to the top of El Cajon Mountain. However, I'm not sure if it's a legal way to get up there, to be honest. Just take a small tour of this area. Here's a huge tree tobacco. I mean, huge castor bean. I saw quite a bit of tree tobacco on my first hike. This is a huge castor bean right here. Ricinus communis. A non-native plant that spreads like crazy here. Look at how huge this is. Probably about almost 20 feet tall. Look at here. Nice Goodings black willow with a lot of poison oak in there. Just take a quick walk through here and see if I can avoid brushing up against poison oak. Poison oak comes all out over here. Let's see. Here's a little tributary of the river. Most of this dangling stuff is actually wild grape, desert grape, Vitis Gerdiana. But be aware there is a lot of poison oak around here too. So just watch where you go. Wow, there's a lot of wild grape growing here too. A lot of Vitis Gerdiana. You can see some of the old grapes kind of hanging on here too. I'm just watching out, making sure I don't rub up against any poison oak. It's definitely here, but it seems like there's a lot more grape than poison oak. Wow, yeah, this is cool. A beautiful California sycamore here. Platanus racemosa. Leafless for winter, of course. And of course, gorgeous coast live oak right here. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool. Yeah, look at this beautiful coast live oak right here. Ooh, and California rose, Rosa californica, growing here in the San Diego River Valley. Always wanted to check this just general area out, just to see what's popping off here. Seems to be a lot of cool stuff going on here. Just making sure I watch where I walk. We also have Rubus ursinus too. California blackberry. And then there's a California classic ornamental, the Mexican fan palm, Washingtonia robusta, from Baja and I think parts of Sonora, Mexico. Yeah, these are old. These are all the old leaves from last year's on the grapevines. Wow, that's beautiful. What do we got here? Hairy redberry? Yes, we do. Rhamnus pilosa again. Awesome. Oh, this is a nice little riparian walk. This is going to be a very short hike and short video to boot. I definitely wanted to check out some of the scenery here. A nice little stand of coast live oaks here. Oh, it's a small Engelmann oak. Okay. Young Quercus engelmanni kicking off over here too. A small Engelmann oak too. Ah, this is gorgeous here. This is beautiful. Yep, there's poison oak right there. That's what you do not want to touch. A lot of it along the side here. So stay on trail. Wow. Yeah, this is beautiful here. Yeah, this is crazy beautiful. Beautiful backcountry scenery here. I'm not sure where the property boundary ends for the reservoir, so probably better just be careful. Here's an Engelmann oak right here. There we go, Quercus engelmanni. Here we go. And another one right next to it. I've got some Engelmann oak here. And more very tall laurel sumacs. Yeah, laurel sumac tends to get really tall towards the canyon bottoms. Normally you think of this as being on the dry, sunny slopes above, but it also likes being down here where it can get access to more moisture. It is a very drought-hardy shrub, but it will grow in wooded areas too, not just coastal sage scrub and chaparral. Here's another hairy redberry. Wow, yeah, there's quite a bit of it here. Now we're getting some scrub oak time. We've got some Quercus over here, probably Quercus acutidens. But first, here's a Mission manzanita, Xylococcus bicolor. Very nice. So it looks like we're actually out in the chaparral right now. Like I said, this is not going to be a big peak climbing expedition. Not climbing any peaks, but definitely wanted to kind of preview this area. That Mission manzanita's got a lot of fruit on it. Look at that. Oh, and what do we have here? Is this chaparral whitethorn or is this Lakeside ceanothus? Let me see. It's hard to tell these apart sometimes. Oh, yeah, this is like chaparral whitethorn, Ceanothus leucodermis. But Lakeside ceanothus would be here too. This could be that. They're very similar. There's the dam for El Capitan Reservoir. Right over there. And wow, okay. Looking out towards the east. That's Viejas Mountain over there. Over by Alpine. Really cool view of it here. And the rugged hills above us here in the El Capitan area. And of course, the sight to behold, the south. Well, a lot of people call it the south arête of El Cajon Mountain. But it's not a true arête in the sense of it was eroded by glacier action. There was no glaciation here. I don't think way in the past. But it's a very steep cliff face, and there are ways of class 2 and class 3 to get up there, but I'm not sure the legality of it. I think it might be closed to actual hiking. But there are people who like to climb up that and get up to the top of that, and then some people will turn around from up there and come back down, or some people will even continue on to the summit of El Cajon Mountain. This is why the area is called El Capitan, is because that cliff face resembles El Capitan in Yosemite. So no surprise there. Yeah, this is absolutely stunning out here. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna have to take a few pictures. Like I said, this is not gonna be an extremely long video, but I do want to poke around a little bit. You know, just like earlier when I was over by the historic Flume Trail and side trip I made earlier, I was in so much laurel sumac, and here I am again. This area is just covered in mostly laurel sumac. Occasional scrub oak poking out here and there. Oh man, this is gorgeous out here. Yeah, I can't stop looking at that. Look at that. That does look very daunting, especially for somebody of my level. Probably definitely beyond my skill level, even if it were legally allowed. But then you got these. Looks like more chaparral on this side here, but you can see just, and then that gully that carves its way down from the ridgeline. There's a patch of coast live oaks in there, glistening in the sun. Man, this is absolutely breathtaking out here. This is the San Diego River Valley. And one of my followers, his name Swithin Barclay. This is for you, buddy. You were wondering about this big valley on one of my previous videos. Well, I wanted to come over here and get some footage of it. So this one's for you, buddy. Thanks for watching my videos and commenting. I really enjoy our discourse. I really do enjoy our discourse a lot, because we really talk about some interesting things going on, especially with regard to mountains and trees and stuff like that. So in a way, I'm dedicating this video to you, and also to these beautiful laurel sumacs in the area. I'm just going to take this little track a short way up. Wow. That is just absolutely insane. That's more than 2,000 feet up. That's probably more like 2,300 feet up just to get up there. Wow. Yeah, this is the San Diego River Valley. This is it. Here, just outside of Lakeside, which is the town over from where I live. So it's not that far to get here. I took 67, got off on Maple View, followed Maple View, which eventually becomes Lake Jennings Park Road. Kept following that and turned left onto Monte Road, and that's it. I'm just going to climb up to this and see what the view's like over here. Okay, I think this is the end of where I'll be able to go, at least this way. I'll just come up to here. There's a little sign for limit of access. I'm going to read it more closely. So I'm not going to go any further than this, so I don't get in trouble. Crane pad boundary. So I'm going to stay out of here. That's looking over towards the dam of El Capitan Reservoir. Again, beautiful Viejas Mountain soaring above, miles away in Alpine. Now I'm going to get a more unobstructed view without any power lines in the way. Oh, look at that. Of this beautiful El Cajon Mountain, aka San Diego County's El Capitan. That is so absolutely stunning. All right, I'm gonna get a few pictures of this area, because this is ridiculously beautiful. So yeah, it looks like once you get past the end of it's somewhere down there. That right there, that road becomes the access into the property of the El Capitan Reservoir. So let's go see what's going on here. It's time for another little short botany bit. Here we go. These are still kicking too. This is Croton setiger, sometimes known as Croton setigerus. This is doveweed. Usually by now they're dried up and senesced, because these are annuals, and they're in the spurge family, the Euphorbiaceae. And usually love these disturbed areas and grassy areas, and trail sides and roadsides. These ones still have some life in them. Usually by now they're pretty dried up. These are usually summer annuals that are usually dry out by the end of the year. But yeah, man, there's all those willows and sycamores. I think I see some Fremont cottonwoods down there, maybe. Mostly willows and sycamores and coast live oaks. And you can see there's a Eucalyptus cladocalyx grove down there too. They're all sugar gums. Eucalyptus cladocalyx down there in that part of the canyon. And those are native to the state of South Australia. I think they might be endemic to South Australia. I'll do a little more research on them, but they're, I think, relatively localized endemic species. Look at this laurel sumac right here. There's a lot of beautiful laurel sumac around here. They grow very nicely here. This area is so fragrant because it's because it rained finally. The air is just very fresh out here. Yeah, I think I could see part of the trail system that comes out of El Monte Park, I believe. There is a trail that goes along the side there. One of these days I'm gonna have to try to follow it as far as I can, because it's gonna go in and out of these gullies. It goes in and out of these gullies, and they're pockmarked by coast live oak groves. And I've got some very old coast live oak trees in there too. So that's something I would love to take an adventure to see one of these days, when I'm just not tripping about climbing a peak. That's been taking over my mentality lately, is climbing peaks. And I did get up to a small peak today over by the historic Flume Trail near Lake Jennings. I've been in peak climbing mode the last few weeks, so I've been taking time for that. Alright, so I'm going to go back down to this use trail, head back, and maybe take a small fork. Maybe. Alright, time to get back to the use trail and work my way backwards. They're coming up on one of our scrub oaks here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Quercus acutidens. Quercus berberivolia is a possibility as well, but I have a feeling this is Quercus acutidens, the hybrid between the Engelmann oak, which is scattered in this area, and a scrub oak called the Mueller oak, which is found out by the east slopes of Mount Laguna. Here's a larger larger leaf scrub oak right here. Here's a beautiful Quercus acutidens. What a beauty. These things are so gorgeous. Look at all the old acorn cups. You could tell this one had a crazy year. Red-shouldered hawk. I love the sound of it. I love hearing that when I come out here. I love hearing those things screeching in the thermals above us. But yeah, look at all those acorn cups. You could tell this one really went to town, producing lots of acorns this year. There we go. Right now, that old sycamore snag. Probably won't be able to see it too well, but there are two of them. Two of them. You can hear the acorn woodpeckers down there. The acorn woodpeckers are maybe they're defending their territory or something. You hear acorn ever since the hawks started screeching. Then the acorn woodpeckers started going to town. You can hear a bunch of acorn woodpeckers down in the canyon as well. Yeah, the acorn woodpeckers are going crazy. They might have had a conflict with one another, or one group had a conflict with the other group. So we're heading back towards the woodland. So I love hearing that stuff when I'm out here too. Hearing the hawks going crazy. I love hearing that stuff. It's all part of the experience. I love seeing, hearing, and experiencing the fragrance here in nature here. Engelmann oak, yes. Here they are. We have them down here too. What a beautiful place this is. Alright, I'm going to go head out this way. This is going back where I came from. But I might branch off for another short adventure too. Look at this young coast live oak right here. Look how vigorous this is. This is a young coast live oak tree right here. Yeah, this is a handsome one. This is a young one too. What a handsome young tree this is. And then we've got an olive tree in here too. There's a little olive thicket. A couple of them actually. These young coast live oaks here too. Here's a young one. Smooth gray bark when they're young. Yeah. This is gorgeous. All right. Let's see what else comes up as I go through this little section. I'm just about back at Monte Road. Might wander down this a short distance. Just going to wander down this a short distance. This is Monte Road. Where's an Engelmann? Some Engelmann oak right here too. Look at that. Wrapped around the rocks here. That is sick. Gosh, man. Probably like 2 or 3 different species of raptors calling up in the The thermal's blowing up. Oh! Okay, well, we just upped the ante on the interesting factor by 20-fold. Here's a massive hollyleaf cherry right here. This thing is huge. Prunus ilicifolia, subspecies ilicifolia. This is a massive hollyleaf cherry. This thing is massive. And look at the root burl. Those things are usually buried in the soil, and that's where they sprout after fire and being cut down or whatever. That is the root burl of our shrubs that usually store nutrients and stuff in there for whenever a fire comes through and burns them down, or if they get cut down or whatever. They use their energy reserves in those burls to sprout new branches. That's insane. This thing's a big one too. Oh, he's a hollyleaf cherry over here too. Here's another root burl right here. Usually those root burls are thick enough to protect them from being destroyed by fire completely. So like I said, I'm going to take a short walk along El Monte Road. This is gorgeous. These beautiful sycamores here. This is very beautiful here. Very beautiful. And I think we got some more hollyleaf cherry up ahead too. Wow. Yep, the San Diego River Valley. Not as much water here as there is downstream, where everything collects from all the tributaries. I think we're getting closer and closer and closer to the head of it. Hey, I got another hollyleaf cherry above me here. Oh, and a California bricklebush, Burkhellia californica, over here as well. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, a California sycamore seedling. Oh, a couple of them. There must be a little spring in here. Yeah, see that little leafless little bushy-like thing right here? That's a seedling California sycamore. As is that. There is a seep in here. Insane. Let me get across here so at least I'm visible. Look at that massive laurel sumac up there too. That's a huge one. Huge. Look at that. When they cut the road, they expose a lot of pieces of granite sticking out. Dang, that is absolutely gorgeous. This is gorgeous out here. Oh man. This is crazy cool. There are some turnouts here along El Monte Road. I'm parked over close to where the gate is closed. But I'm just here trying to take a look at this. Looks like there's another little makeshift bridge over there. Yeah, well, we do got some Fremont cottonwoods over here. Some Populus fremontii, subspecies fremontii. The leafless, of course, is wintertime. Beautiful place this is. Yeah, a lot of these sycamore trees still have some old dried leaves still stuck to them. And this is not even that far of a drive from my house. Man, I'm really feeling the blessing right now. What do we got here? Is this a Goodings willow? Yeah. It's a pretty decent sized Goodings willow here too. I'm just going to continue down a little bit further. I want to see if I can see some of those really huge laurel sumacs I saw. But, first of all, look at this beautiful toyon right over here. Here's a huge tree tobacco. Look at this, Nicotiana glauca. This is huge. This is a big one. Sometimes these things get pretty big. Look at the size of the trunk on this. This is a non-native. This is not a native plant. But This thing is huge. I think it's from Central or South America, I believe. Look at that trunk on that. They're not very long-lived, but that one's got a nice trunk on it. Look at this. Like I said, looks like there's some oaks that died along here. I'm just taking this little short use trail a short distance in, so I can at least up the ante of my little adventure today. Wow. I thought these were deer grasses, but no, these are fountain grasses, which are not native. All right, so now we got to watch out. Stay on. If you're hiking these little use trails, stay on them. That's why. This old leafless bush right here. This is all poison oak, Toxicodendron diversilobum. So stay on these little paths and watch where you go. What do we have here? Is this a chaparral yucca? Yeah, it looks like chaparral yucca. Hespero yucca whippley. Yeah, that's pretty nice looking over here. Wow, look at this. These beautiful sycamores over here. Wonder what this was. This shrub here. Wonder what that was. There's another decent sized laurel sumac. And just look at the coast live oaks. And just look at the glorious sun too. The sun dances through the canopy of these trees. Wow. Yeah, this is pretty nice looking stuff over here. I just caught the whiff of the sycamores. I'm not going to go any further because I see a lot of poison oak up ahead. Nice. Yeah, this was a coast live oak, fortunately. That didn't survive. But yeah, look at all these sycamores and willows down here. Goodness gracious, this is gorgeous. Yeah, taller laurel sumac in here. Take these little side trips here and there. Just like to see what's popping off over here. Definitely worth exploring. Man, this is beautiful. All right, back to the road. I think I remember mentioning earlier in this video that there were some massive laurel sumacs growing along the side of the road here. Well, here's one of them here. This thing is humongous. There's some absolutely humongous laurel sumacs along here. Look at this thing. This thing's probably at least 25 feet tall. These are massive laurel sumacs. Yeah, look at this.